Hello, everyone. I'm Buford MC, and welcome back to another adventure in GregTech New Horizons. So today we are going to be working with a brand new machine, and a very different machine from the ones that we have been using so far. So the machine that we're going to be using today is the auto miner, or the basic miner. So we're going to be working with this machine today, and I want to try it out and see what we can kind of do and, just give it a shot, see how it works. So that's what we're going to try and do today. And now there is a reason for this. And the main thing I want to use this machine for is I want to try and see if I can get my hands on some electrotine from the nether. So if we actually come to this quest again, you'll see that it tells you automatic mining in LV tier. Wow. This nifty machine will collect ores for you, which can be helpful, especially in the nether, as it won't anger pigmen. So this is going to be a nice machine, I think, for us to try and use for our mining purposes in the nether, because in the nether it can be kind of dangerous, but also just getting to the ore veins in general can be a little bit tricky, since some of them are quite low, some of them are quite high. But for today's purposes, I want to try out this auto miner, and I also want to try and see if we can get our hands on some electrotine. Now, the reason I want to get electrotine is I just want to try and see if we can get this quest right here. We don't really need this badly, but it needs a little bit of electrotine, and I figure, well, there is a vein for it in the nether. So if we come here, it is the, I think, third one. Yep, electrotine vein. So it's going to include potentially some saltpeter, diatomite, electrotine, alunite, and it's going to be found in between the height of 5 and 45 in the nether. So I want to try and see if we can get our hands on this today. So we'll see what we can do. And yeah, we'll just kind of jump right into it and see what we can get done. So let's go ahead over to our crafting area, because the first thing we need to do is actually make the auto miner. So in order to make this thing, we are going to need, well, it's not too bad, some circuits. We have plenty of those, motors, the sensor. I think we pretty much have all of that already, don't we? So the basic miner, and yep, we need to do that again. There we go. Oh, we can even make two of them if we want to, but I think we'll stick with just one for now. So basic miner, and we'll put all that back in there. And put you over in there. And there we go. That should complete the quest for that, which is quite good. And now we actually have to figure out how we're going to use this. Now, to actually use this, we're going to need mining pipes, which in fact it gives us some for the quest, but we're going to need more than that, I think. So we'll claim the reward first. We'll put the loot bag in our backpack here for now. In fact, let's put the coins as well. And we're going to need, though, more of these mining pipes, because the way this machine is going to work, in fact, I think it tells us as well. So if we come here, place up to 2 stacks of mining pipes into the right slot. Each pipe can go 1 block and allow the miner to dig 1 block further, which I assume further down. If you're above Y64, you may need to pipe more in. And this machine only needs 8 EU a tick to work, so LV batteries in a bat buff work okay if you don't want to make another generator. Right, so I've already prepared that as well, so all the stuff we're going to need for this is actually in here. So I've got a 4-slot battery buffer. In fact, actually, I don't think we need cables either. I've also got 8 batteries just in case they run out of power a little bit, because I want to kind of examine this thing, see how it's working. We're going to test this first in the overworld, actually. And we also have a diamond chest. This is going to be for the output of the miner. And then I've also got these here. This is a personal anchor, which is something we made a long time ago. It's going to allow us, I think, to chunk load this guy right here, so we'll be able to run when we're not around it. So I want to see if we can, put that around it as well. It's powered by ender pearls. I've used it a little bit before, but we're going to use it for this as well. So that's the plan. But we're going to need more mining pipes in order to actually get this thing running. We only got 16 from the quest. So how do we make those? Well, in order to make those, we have to use the wire mill, and we need to use steel fluid pipes. And you can also use stainless steel, but of course we don't have that yet. And you also need MV. So the ones we have to do... Ah, that's interesting. So huge steel fluid pipes need MV as well. But we can use large... normal ones, tiny, or small ones. Now, I think we actually have quite a few steel fluid pipes. In fact, we do, yes. We have a stack of them plus a bit. Let's see, how much do we get for the normal ones, actually? We get 4 per. Right, so actually that would be a stack. Let's go with like 24 into the wire mill. We'll see how that much does. We'll see what that gives us. Let's put you away. Right, let's put you... Do we need a circuit for this as well? I just realized. No circuit looks to be required. Right, so we just put you in there. Let's see. Why did I have 8? I thought I had more than that. Oh, I think I put the rest away. Right, well, we should start getting something out of that. Let's put the rest of these back in, actually. Yeah, I messed that up a little bit. Let's see. I think I was going to do 16. So, we're going to need quite a few of these because we're going to have to go down quite a bit into the nether in order to get this thing to work. So, it's a bit of a complicated mission. Well, it's not too complicated. So, in fact, it is nighttime as well. Let's go to sleep. But we're going to try and see if we can figure out how to get this thing kind of working today. We're just going to try it out. So, but the big thing is going to be using in the nether. We'll see how that goes. Now, the other good thing, again, like I think the quest said, it's not going to anger the pigmen, so we should be safer in the nether. And, well, we'll just have to see. All right, well, while we're waiting for those, then, I suppose, we've actually got enough to start doing our initial tests. We need to test this thing in the overworld first. I don't want to just start off in the nether and just, you know, use it then. I got to test in the overworld first just to be safe. So let's grab... We'll just take 4 batteries for now, and in fact, we'll just need the chest. We don't even need these right now, because the vein I want to test it on is right outside the base. So we're going to do kind of our initial little test of this guy here. And the vein we're going to use is actually right here. It's right next to the base. I think, yeah, this is a gold vein right here. It should have some magnite in it and some gold. So we're going to give it a little bit of a shot here and see. Well, we'll see how this thing works, I guess. So, since we're underground, we don't actually have to worry about... If we were doing this in the surface, we would have to worry about the rain. Since we're underground, we don't have to. But what we're going to do is we're basically just going to pop you down. Where do I want to pop you down at? I guess anywhere around here seems fine. Yeah, let's just put you here. So, what we need to do is we need to give you power. We do have a wrench. And... that should be enough to power you, at least if I put these batteries in. It's already off and running, actually. I didn't even put mining pipes in. Cobblestone. Alright, I think we need to put a chest on top of you as well, and then set you to auto output. Yep, there you go. Alright, so it's gonna get some stuff, it looks like. 8 seconds. See what we get now. Oh, we got something else there. So we got impure pile of silver dust, impure pile of stone dust. In terms of your power, it is actually draining these quite a bit, isn't it? Well, maybe not that much. I think it was filling up the buff of the machine at first. But, yeah, there we go. We're getting vanadium magnite. So, what I'm curious to know is a couple of things I want to test is... So, the mining pipe kind of extends down from underneath, it looks like. And I think it's taking all the ores on the layer that this mining pipe's in. Right, so I think that was the first thing we need to look at. So, basically, everything around here it's going to start taking. Now, my question is, what does it do to those ores? Does it just take them away, or does it, like, replace them with something? Some of these holes were already here, by the way, so... I don't know. But we are getting ores. We're getting a vanadium magnite, so it'd be basically on this layer. So... yeah, we'll just have to wait and see, I guess. In fact, I think we just got an answer. Was that not an ore right there just now? I could be misremembering, but I think there was an ore right there. I think it turned into cobblestone. Again, some of these were already here, but that was... I really want to say that was one. Yep, there we go. We just saw it. All right, so that was what it was. So it looks like then it is going to replace everything then with just cobblestone. Right, all right. Well, we got our answer to that then, and it looks like we've got it running pretty well, so we're already getting a little bit of stuff. All right, well, I think that was our initial kind of test I wanted to run on this, and it's not going to do anything above it because I would have to have moved it higher up, I think, so it's just going to do everything, I think, on the layer of where the mining pipe is, and as it kind of mines stuff, eventually it will go further down, so this will go down, then it will get this layer, I think. Right, so we've done this from the heart of a vein. And I think we kind of understand what's happening. So it looks like it just replaces the ores in the ground with a bit of cobblestone. Right. All right, so now... Well, how do we stop you? Because I think it can retract the mining pipes. I want to say, actually, we hit it with a soft mallet. I could be off on that, but let's see. Yep, that looks like it worked. It actually gave us back our mining pipe. Right. So that's how we stopped that. And, in fact, let's just empty you out, and I'm going to put all of that inside these backpacks for now, since it's not that much. Cobblestone can go in this one. Right, so we got that, and then I guess we can just start breaking all of this stuff now. And I'll take the batteries out. And you can go as well. I don't think there's anything left. Nope. Right. Right, well, that worked out. So we got our kind of initial testing of that thing, and I think I know what's going on now. So I think now it's almost time for us to actually try it out in the nether, because that's where we're going to be heading next. Going to try and get our hands in that electrotine. We'll see. I think we actually have a little bit as well, because I've already gone to the nether. I've already scouted it out a little bit. I've already located the vein. I went out with the, it was the ore finder wand. I went out with that because if we actually look at the electrotine vein again, the way you find it is, well, what's in it is saltpeter, diatomite, and alunite, and electrotine. Well, diatomite ore is actually something we already had. I think it comes from, I want to say, a tin vein? Let's see if I can find that. Diatomite. Yep, tin vein. That's where it comes from. So I actually had some of that already, so I was able to actually find it quite easily by using the ore finder wand in the nether. We just haven't actually been able to mine it because it's so low. But hopefully we'll be able to do that. I just got some ink sacs as well. That's the thing about this magnet. It's picking up this stuff from out there. Right, we'll put that out on our way out, I think. Anyways, though. So, let's put... I can charge these up in here for now quickly. But we'll need to take... In fact, we'll probably take all 8 because we're going to need them. We're also going to need the rest of those mining pipes. So, we'll see how this goes. I'm curious to see how this is going to end up going. It's going to be interesting. You know, we did our initial test, but now is the real deal. Oh, also mentions use screwdriver to regulate working area. Let's take that. We might want to test that as well. Yeah, I think that would be a good idea. Alright, so I think I don't want to forget anything. We've got our mining pipes here. We've got, well, soft melt also is kind of important, I think, to attract it. Batteries, we have 8 batteries prepared. Battery buffer, chest, miner. I also brought these in case we do want to use it. And I think we got everything. I think we're ready to go. Right, we'll head on over to the nether. Let's grab a couple of things. I usually try to prepare for this. I always make sure I have a potion of fire resistance on me when I go to the nether, but we should be pretty safe because I don't think we'll have to exit our little safety tunnel. Because I prepared for all of this. All right, let's put those away. And then I think we're ready to go. All right. I think we're ready to give this a shot. So we're going to head over to the nether, and we'll see how it goes. Alright, so off we go into the nether. I know I double-checked everything, but I still feel like somehow I'm forgetting something, which I probably am, but hopefully not. Right, so actually, now that we're here, so the electrotine vein is all the way over here. As you can see, I've already extended our little tunnel, safety tunnel, all the way over there. So let's head on over there quick. Faster way to do it is actually with the hang glider. If you hold the spacebar, it's actually quite quick if you do it like that. As long as it's straight, of course. So like this area right here, it's really quick. Yeah, not bad. We're already almost there. Alright, so here we go. This is the location I've marked out right on top of the electrotine vein. So we're currently at Y70, so I think it could begin anywhere from, I think it was 5 to 45, so we have to go down a bit, but I've already marked out right where the center of the ore chunk is, so that is where we're going to put the miner at, and behind you, we're going to put this, And we're going to go ahead and put the mining pipes in. And then we're going to the batteries in, I think, and we're off and running almost. Just gotta set you up like that. And let's see what happens. Oh, so I took the netherrack from below first. Of course it did. Then it will keep on going down, I guess. Or is it going to do the small ores as well? Right, that might make it a bit slow. I wonder if we could speed it up in it going directly down. I wonder if I do this. No, that's not what I wanted, was it? But how do you adjust this? Input filter. Alright, we'll have to figure... Now we have to figure this part out. So use screwdriver to regulate working areas, says, right? This is the screwdriver. No, that's not what I want. Shifting does input filter. Oh, we are getting stuff. So that's a good one here, actually. So how do we figure out how to actually get this screw... Alright, so it did go down again. I just saw that. But I think what's going to happen is it's trying to get... Oh, well, there we go. We actually got some electrotine right there. But that's probably from the small ore vein. What I want to see is if we can get this thing to go down faster. In fact, let me take that again. Alright, let's see. That just does that. Ah, there we go. Work area set to 1 by 1. So since I've set it to that, it should just start going straight down now, right? That's kind of interesting. So if you do the face, it just does that. If I do the side, 3 by 3, 5 by 5, 7 by 7, keeps going, it cycles through. I think that's the max, and then we can drop it to 1 by 1. Since it's 1 by 1, it should start going straight down now. I think we'll even be able to see it here. Every time that thing processes, it should go down again. Yep, there it goes. Right, so it should eventually keep going down until we arrive at the actual vein. Now, we're already actually getting some of this electrotine, which is actually not that bad. So, we could test out the actual way... Yeah, we could even test out the anchor as well. So let's actually put that there. And I'll put an ender pearl in you. In fact, it's actually charged a little bit, so I think it'll be fine. How much battery charge? Not bad, actually. Not even down to 90,000 yet, so this thing's running quite well. And it should just start to continue going down right now. I can't even see it anymore. It's gone down 12 because that was at 64, so it's gone down now. It's at right now 58 or so, something like that. Interesting. Well, we'll keep an eye on that. So I think actually what we'll do then, since I actually did pick up a little bit of electrotine, we might be able to go ahead and process that right now. How much did we need for that quest to complete? Let's take a quick look. Where was it at? It was in the LV tab. I don't know why I'm looking over there. It was this one right here. We just needed 6 electrotine to make that battery, and we've already got a little bit of the crushed stuff. So we've got some impure. We've got some of this. So might as well take those right there. That would be at least 6. I can turn those into normal dust. Oh, also, while we're here, I might as well also point this out as well. The other thing is this vein. I was actually looking at some of the things we get from this, I think, and it was quite interesting. If I can find it. Yep, there we go. Electrotine ore. So if we look at the uses for some of these things, there was some interesting things. Well, first of all, the nether electrotine... Well, not that's just the ores itself, actually. I need the raw ore. If we actually macerate it, we actually get 10 electrotine ore itself, which is quite a bit. I think it's like a redstone works. But if we also take a look at the chain here, you'll notice from our ore washer, we get redstone out of this, which is quite good. But we also, in the centrifuge, we get electrum, which... we can actually turn that if we wanted to. It's useful on its own, but it can also be turned in LV into silver and gold. So there are some pretty decent uses for that. So, quite happy with that. So that's quite a good thing right there. In fact, this guy's already going down quite a bit, isn't he? No sign yet of it actually hitting the ore vein just yet. We might stick here. We might stick it out a little bit. It's already gone down Almost 32 blocks. We should know when it's actually arrived. Can't really see, though, what's happening underneath. Actually, now I can a little bit. Just hard to tell. I think it's hit some sort of a cave area or something. Still going down, though. Of course, I suppose it wouldn't actually know if it's hit it or not. Let's actually turn that area up a little more. Let's do 5 by 5. It'd be hard to say if we actually know it's hitting it. That's a good point. I just wanted it to go down, not hit the actual veins. It's moving faster than I thought. Yeah, we're down to 32 already, so... It's certainly not that... It's not as slow as I thought it was going to be, you know. 8 seconds per operation's not that bad. Now, there are higher tier versions of this, so... we'll have to see how that works, but... In fact, you know what? Do we want to risk going out in the nether and actually seeing if we can see anything? I know I'm hearing a lot of gas around right now, but... well, we're pretty powerful. In fact, just in case, let's leave some extra spare items in here. I'll put you there as well, just in case things go awry here, but... in fact, I'll even leave my electric tools in here as well, because... not that I think anything's going to go awry, but... right, let's also turn... see if we can actually see it from afar. I'm just going to go up a little bit, because I'm realizing that if it isn't hitting an ore vein directly, if in a 1x1, it's not actually going to mine anything, and it's already gone down a decent amount, but I don't know if it's hit it yet. Right, well, we'll go check this out. I want to see if we can see anything from here. Gotta be careful. I am hearing gas, and I just heard one shoot at me, and I don't know from where. Oh, hello. Wow, he's a big one. Alright, that worked out. Right, in fact, actually, this is not a bad spot to go looking. I think we can get back up. Ooh. Oh, hello there. The heck is this? That must have been all the gas I heard. Oh, I don't want to hit a pigman accidentally here. What on earth? I have never seen that. One of these little dog things was riding that gas. Alright, that was interesting. Alright, I just want to see if we can get down below where that thing is. Let's go take a look. See if we can find anything. Here's where a hive is. Oh, there it is. There's the little mining pipe. Okay. We can actually see its progress. So it has... it's right into the lava right now. Right. Okay, so it's still going down a little bit. Whoops, went into that flower there. Right, so we just checked on its progress there, so that actually is not too bad. We can turn this thing off right now, I think. There we go. Right, so that seems to be how that's working there. How do we get back up now? Oh, no. Whoa, hello. You're a big one. There we go. Okay, that guy was actually quite large. Alright, let's head back up here finally. Let's go see what that thing's actually doing. Yep, see, this is why we tunnel through the nether, because it's not a very friendly place. In fact, actually, there's some electrotine right here. Now, I'm not going to break it, because I'll be in big trouble if I do. Right, so how are you doing here? What is this? Firestone ore. In fact, actually, I think there was a quest for that somewhere, wasn't there? Yeah, this one here. Firestone ore and dust. Firestone ore is used to make some BC machines like the filler and some other stuff. Unfortunately, it's in the nether at the bottom of the lava ocean. Oh, we get an envy loot back for this. Here's some tips of finding it. Right. Well, we already found it, actually. Okay. Firestone. What's this here? Firestone ore and products will cause random fires to start nearby, so get it into a backpack quickly. Okay. Well, I'm still not seeing any evidence right now that we are found the actual vein yet, but again, we've got the electrotine we need, so alright, let's take this stuff. In fact, I think I have some of that stuff back at the base right now. I think I got a couple of those small ores when I was coming in here. So I think we've got more. Well, we'll take this stuff anyways, and we'll also might as well take you then, since it looks like that will be part of a quest. How do we turn you into a dust? It's like I can process you directly into a ore washer. Yeah, looks like... Alright, well, we'll give it a shot. We need to, it said to put it directly into a backpack. Right. Let's do that then. That's what it said to do. We did it. Right, well, I think that actually then... We'll just leave this guy running then. I think we understand how it's working. It seems to be getting down pretty low. What is the area set to right now? Yeah, we'll max you out at this point, because I don't think it's hit the vein just yet. Maybe it did. Could be wrong, but... I'll keep an eye on this guy. Then again, though, he's already taken... How many is that? Almost a stack. So... maybe it did hit the vein. Hard to say, honestly. But... it is hitting up on some of the other ones. Well, we'll see. We got the electrotine we wanted, but I'll keep working with that thing. But we'll go ahead back then to the base then, and might as well get that battery I've been wanting to get so badly made up now, because... just pick up. Heard a little ding. We're probably getting it because of that magnet. Right, well, so let's head back then towards the base. Get these other things I want to get done. Completed. Also check out that Firestone ore thing as well, then I guess. Wasn't really expecting to get that, but we did, so I'll take it. And what did it say again? Was it... yeah, an MV loot bag we'll get for that, so that's quite good. Alright, so here we are, back into Portal we go. Alright. Looks like it's raining, actually. Yeah, it is raining right now. Doesn't normally rain too much because I always go to sleep, so it usually, I think that resets the weather cycle and stuff, but when you go into the nether for longer periods, it does end up raining a little more because, well, I don't sleep. Right, so what do we want to... well, let's put these extra batteries away. In fact, it probably wouldn't have been a bad idea to have replaced those, but that's fine. I'll head back there not too long from now, probably. Right, so we'll put you away. We still need to process these. Suppose we could actually just process it quickly in here. I'll just probably throw it into the centrifuge as well. Yeah, we got the centrifuge downstairs, because I think this takes quite a bit of time, doesn't it? Ooh, 47 seconds. That's going to take a lot longer than... let's just throw it into a cauldron, then. That will give us at least the electrotine we need. These are quite loud, aren't they? I've just replaced them recently. I forgot to turn them off again. Ah, that's the magnet doing that, isn't it? Let me turn that off quick. There we go. Right, so we can put that back on. Alright, we got a bit of electrotine finally, so we can finally make that battery. I know, all of this just to make a battery we're not really going to use, but I still think the byproducts, though, of electrotine are going to be quite useful. So, we actually looked at electrotine already, but I meant to actually look at the other ones too, didn't I? Yeah, saltpeter. Actually, I don't think that one was that useful. You just get saltpeter from that one, which gives us a byproduct of potassium, oxygen, nitrogen, that's MV anyways. The diatomite we already had. That one I think was quite useful because it gives us banded iron and sapphire. And diatomite itself can be centrifuged into flint, banded iron, and sapphire. So that one's not too bad. It has some uses. And then the alunite. This was the one I think had some interesting uses. So we get only alunite as a byproduct. But alunite dust itself can be electrolyzed once we get to MV. And it will give us some alumina, silicon dioxide, potassium, and quite a bit of oxygen and hydrogen. So... well, it's 52 dust, but yeah, we might get some of that. Right, so let's get this battery made up before I forget. I think that's all we needed right there, and that should be a quest. So all of that we did today was just to get this battery. This one right here. Electrotine battery. So let's take a quick look at that. Keep going there. It's actually right here. Yep, the electrotine battery is exclusively used in Project Red machines and the jetpack, right. So that might be something we try to make, maybe. Maybe we can use this for the jetpack. We won't do that today, but we might do that at some point. We'll see. Electrotine is made by mixing redstone and electrum dust in the mixer mined from the nether. Now, yeah, I looked at the mixer recipe. That was in the, you need MV for that. So this was the only way of getting electrotine right now. Right, well, we got that battery finally. And then I also guess we'll figure out this firestone stuff. So we need to macerate it. So let's go head over to the master. We've got to be careful since apparently it will spread fires. Let's try and do this quickly then. Yep, hopefully it will take off there and that will crush it, and then we can probably throw it through a little washer system, see if that does anything. Alright, there we go. Crushed firestone ore, and we'll just probably chuck that right into our little washer. Hopefully that'll run. I've been processing actually a lot of ores lately. The big thing I've been going after was iron. I went through a lot of irons. In fact, we got a lot of stuff still in here to deal with. Malachite, limonite, yep, mineral sand. All of this is iron. Oh, that's copper, actually. Malachite is. Right, there's the firestone ore. I don't know if it's still going to cause fires. I haven't seen that happen yet. Yep, right. Well, there's the answer to that. Okay, yeah, that is actually quite dangerous, isn't it? Wow, okay, that is extremely dangerous. Okay. Alright, well, we gotta be careful about this then. Thankfully, these are steam machines. I don't know if fires make them blow up or not. The electric machines I do know do. Oh, we actually got stuff running in here already. More iron. Alright, let's turn you off then, because I gotta get this thing. Once we get it in the ore washer, we should be safe. Just gonna take everything out of here for now. We gotta be quick about this. There we go. We got it in. I just don't want a fire to start and blow everything up. Right, so we'll get that processing. That should actually give us the firestone dust. How are we doing over here? Oh, we got something new. Ah, basaltic mineral sands coming finally. So my little dust collection over here is starting to fill in. I'm going to have to add more of these again. So we're getting a lot of stuff from this. I get a lot of different things. So we're getting sapphire dust now, cryolite. Get a little bit of black granite and basalt dust now. Granitic mineral sand, malachite, brown limonite, yellow limonite, basaltic mineral sand. I've been busy. I've been busy processing stuff. Right, so what's happening over here? Did you process that yet? I think you did. Can't quite tell, though. Yeah, I have no idea where it would be right now. I wasn't even paying attention. Oh, that's magonite you're working on there. Oh, here it is. Purified pile of firestone dust. So it looks like it's made in here, and it should carry on over into here soon. Alright, well, we should. I'm just making sure we didn't get a byproduct. Doesn't look like we did, because I didn't have a slot for that. There's only 2 of them, though. Yep, there it is. We're going to get our firestone dust. In fact, we're going to get, looks like 4 of them. Did we get that lucky, actually? We got the byproduct from both of them? Let's take a look, actually. Yeah, I think we did. I think we actually did get that lucky. We got the byproduct from them both. We just need the 1 dust for the quest account, it says. And it gives us an MV loot bag, so that's why I'm trying to do this. Oh, it's just, I just noticed that reward is going to give us 16 more, so we're going to have to throw those in. Alright, let's be careful about that. Actually, I think it just came in. Yep, there it is. Firestone dust. So we'll pick you up, put you back in, and then let's be extra careful about this. We'll claim the reward. And wow, that was really fast. Okay, wow. Alright, everyone okay? That was nearly a disaster. Okay, I think we're safe. Alright. That could have been really bad. In fact, actually, I don't even know if it should be here then. Yeah, this is it's actually quite dangerous, this ore. Right, I'll have to think about that. I'll keep it there for the moment, but I might have to move that at some point because that stuff is actually extremely dangerous, it seems. So, I have to give a think about that. Maybe tell me what you think I should do with that, because that does seem quite dangerous, that firestone ore. Oh, we need to put that stuff back in, I just remembered. Get that stuff back up and running, and then I think we'll go ahead and open up our loot bags and call it an episode. Another interesting episode. Is that everything I had left in there? I suppose it was. Alright, let's put you away. I'll take that. Yep. Up and running again. Let's head up here. So, got a couple of things done today. Some things I wasn't expecting, some stuff I was expecting. The auto miner should be up and running still in the nether. I'll have to go check on that later. But we got to claim this quest as well still. Get an electrotine. We can get glowstone plate, diamond plate. Glowstone plate? How do you make that? I don't think we've ever made glowstone plates. I'm assuming it's just a glowstone dust. Glowstone plate. Cutting machine. Well, that's not too hard to do. Right, we'll just take the loot bag. Since we'll be getting plenty of electrotine anyways. Although diamond plate's not bad, but we have plenty of diamonds. Loot bag it is. And then I think we had one more loot bag in our backpack we can go ahead and open up. And I think that's what we'll do to end off for today. So, where is... Oh, it's in this backpack. Oh, we have some coins as well I can dump off as well. Put those right there. Perfect. And let's go ahead and see what we get inside these loot bags. We got one MV1, so I'm excited to see what we get out of that. We'll do the LVs first, so here we go. First one. We get some ingots, red alloy iron and bronze. And then we got chumburger. I don't think that's very tasty. Alright, well, the MV loot bag. Let's see. Hopefully we'll get something good out of this. Here we go. MV loot bag. We got a dolly and vacuum tubes. Ah, second dolly. Probably won't stack with the first one. Oh, no, it does. Ah, interesting. Okay. Second dolly, then. Lovely. And some vacuum tubes. Right. Well, that was an interesting episode. Again, we tested out the auto miner. Yeah, it was a little bit of a learning experience trying to get that thing up and running, but it looks like we got everything going on that. Looks like everything's functioning. I have to check on that, make sure that we didn't overshoot that vein there. But, yeah, I'll do some investigations on that myself. But we got the electrotine we wanted. I just wanted a little bit of it, at least. So we got that done. So, yeah, I think that is where we're going to end this episode. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. And I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.